Welcome to the Chili Implement pregame show. Chili Implement, your local Kubota dealer right here in central Wisconsin, located just west of Marshfield. Your Kubota dealer for all your farm equipment, attachment, constructions, lawn and garden, utility, plus parts and service. Again, Chili Implement, your local Kubota dealer located in central Wisconsin, just west of Marshfield. Pregame tonight, and here we go, guys. This is boys basketball regional semifinals. A couple teams that are featured tonight on the Zaleski Sports Broadcast Network have already played in this week's playoffs. They played in regional quarterfinals on Tuesday. So for some of our teams, their second game in the playoffs, and we'll see if that makes any difference when they're going up against their competitors who are now playing their first game in the playoffs, and some of them, their first game in over a week. So that'll be something to watch in your game tonight. If your team is facing a team that played on Tuesday, in those first 5-6 minutes, is that home team, is that team that's now just starting the playoffs, are they looking a little bit rusty? And that may be something to look for and could have a long-lasting impact on your game tonight. We will start to feature all four of our games here in our Chili Implement pregame show. And we're first going to start with Pacelli at Auburndale. This is our only game in the night where the two teams playing have not faced each other. Pacelli from the central Wisconsin and Auburndale from the Merriwood. These two teams did not play during the regular season, so they face each other for the first time tonight in Auburndale. Auburndale comes in as the 2 seed, Pacelli the 4 seed. And just a real quick thank you to the following Pacelli families that are helping to make this broadcast happen tonight. Fox, Mueller, Schroeder, Bierenkott, Hammerly, Eckendorf, Grivach, Jordan, Mayak, Lawless, Meyer, Cashin, Giese, and the Krieger families. Thanks for making sure that your Pacelli Cardinals are live on Zaleski Sports tonight. And thank you all for your support during the season. Even the families I didn't mention, I know a lot of you, if not every single one of you, have made sure to tell Mike and Kale and whoever else you see from Zaleski Sports, thanks. And we just thank you for watching. You watching makes it all possible. So we thank you. So that's Pacelli Auburndale. Again, all tips are 7 o'clock, which means coming up here in just a couple minutes. We move now to Division 5 and Greenwood at Columbus Catholic. This is the third meeting between these two teams. It was a Columbus Catholic Cloverbelt East sweep during the regular season. An early game was a 7-point contest early in Marshfield, where tonight's game is. And then just a couple Saturdays ago, Columbus went to Greenwood and won a very thorough game against the Indians. That night, Weston Schmitz was just coming back from injury. Weston back in full tonight. As a matter of fact, Greenwood played on Tuesday where they beat Loyal, so one of those teams that has already played this week going up against Columbus Catholic, who has not played yet this week. And one of those games we're telling you about, if that's your game tonight, keep a close watch on the first 5-6 minutes of this game and see if that has any impact, because if it does, that could be a game-lasting impact for your game tonight. So, again, that is Greenwood at Columbus Catholic. Columbus Catholic, the 1 seed in that region, or in that Division 5 regional. Moving now to Division 3 and our final 2 games of the night. And the winners here will play each other tomorrow. So very quick turnaround time for all winners tonight. But this we feature both of these games, and it's Stanley Boyd at Neillsville. Neillsville, the 1 seed. And Colby is at Stratford. Stratford, the 2 seed. And Neillsville has not played Stanley Boyd this year. So another one of our games tonight where these teams have not played, have not met each other yet this year. They do tonight. Stanley Boyd, though, played on Tuesday where they beat Shawamigan. So there you go. If you're Neillsville Stanley Boyd tonight and your game's coming up in just a couple minutes, keep an eye on those first 5-6 minutes of that game. Does Stanley Boyd have a little bit extra quickness? Are they a little bit more put together? And if they are, that could have a long-lasting impact on tonight's game. If Neillsville is going to go out there and run, make their shots, you got Trunkle up top and Renz down low, and those guys are doing their thing early. It'll be a long night for Stanley Boyd. In the other game, as I mentioned, Colby is at Stratford. These two teams met in non-conference action. Colby from the Cloverbelt East, Stratford from the Merriwood South. It was a Stratford win at home just a few weeks ago in non-conference play against Colby. About a 15 or so point win that night for Stratford. So now the rematch, and it's back at Stratford. And both of these teams playing their first games of the tournament tonight against each other. So there will be none of that. Well, we've already played, so we got a little pep in our step. Or we've already found our groove. Both teams coming out with over a week's rest, and they'll both hit the floor together tonight on Friday. Again, the winner of Stanley Boyd-Neillsville plays tomorrow at 7 p.m. against the winner of Stratford Colby. Top seed will host in that regional final. So we think we got a pretty good slate of action for you tonight. 4 games. We believe that's 4 times as many as any other broadcast network out there. So enjoy the 4 games. They're all free, and they're all made possible by sponsors like Chili Implement, making sure that you get free live sports all year round right here on the Zaleski Sports Broadcast Network. We'll also drop a game link over at ZaleskiSports.com. It's a free game link that you can watch Mosinee at Rhinelander. And should Mosinee be able to win that game, although they are the underseed, there is a chance they could host the regional final tomorrow. Watch that game, and we'll put a little note tonight over on Facebook at Zaleski Sports Wisconsin about where that winner, about the winner of that game and where that game will be held. But there's a chance that game, that regional final, might be something different than you're expecting tonight. So that's our little tease for you there. But anyway, we'll drop a link for Mosinee at Rhinelander, free link hosted by the Rhinelander School District. And they do a really nice job up there at Rhinelander bringing these games to you free and on YouTube. So you get to watch them on your big screen TV at home, just like the game behind me here. All right, guys, that'll do it. That was the Chili Implement pregame show. Again, my name's Jason Zaleski. We've got them coming at you from all corners. Again, it's Mike and Cale on the call over in Auburndale. Larry's on the call over in Neillsville. We've got Paul Knopf on the call in Marshfield, Columbus, and Greenwood, and myself and Matt Dickinson on the call tonight in Stratford. Again, this has been the Chili Implement pregame show. Chili Implement, your local Kubota dealer right here in central Wisconsin, located just west of Marshfield. Guys, go check them out. Make sure to say thanks for Zaleski Sports. Your game is coming up next.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota subcompact and compact tractors. Our #1 selling tractors are built to take on winter with front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers. Get select Kubota subcompact or compact tractors for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months and save $1,000. See your local Kubota dealer today.
Your local Kubota dealer is Chili Implement, located 1 mile north of Highway 10 in Chili. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Stratford, Wisconsin, as we get you ready for boys basketball playoffs here tonight. In this regional semifinal, it is the home Stratford Tigers and the visiting Colby Hornets. Jason Zaleski here alongside Matt Dickinson and Gavin Zellick producing today's broadcast. Matt, you've got some records, some leading scores. Let's fill in the folks at home about that information now.
All right, so we'll take a look at the visiting Colby Hornets. They come in at a 10-10 record, 6-8 in the conference. They're on a 3-game losing streak so far, and they lost their last one at Owen Withee, 68-63. That was last week Friday. They average roughly 62 points per game, and some leading scorers for them: Richard Strevler with 13 points, Jaden Underwood with 12, and then leading rebounders Caden Healy with 7, and Richard Strevler with 5 per game, and then Richard Strevler also on the board with 4 assists per game. And now look at the Stratford Tigers. They are 13-7 on the season, 8-7 in the conference on a 3-game win streak, and they won their last game versus Rib Lake. We covered that one back on Thursday. They won 80-54. They average about 52 points per game, and Cody Miller, he is their leading scorer with 11.5, and right behind him is Camden Dahl with 10.5, and then Cam Dahl with 5 rebounds per game, Jake Stroud with 4 rebounds per game, and Max Vanderhoof leading the way with 3.5 assists per game.
All right, Matt, today is February 19th. On January 19th, these two teams played right here, and it was a Stratford win 79-45. That's a 24-point difference. And it's we'll see tonight if Colby's found a way to figure out where those 24 points are and how to limit that. And, of course, you're going to have to limit Stratford. You give up 79. That's one problem. You score 45. That's a second problem. But yet we talked to Coach Kurt Schmidt on the way in. You listened to that. You heard me talking to Coach. And I said, all right, Coach, you beat him. Oh, no. Coach speak right away. But, he says they've got to match up well, that the Colby guys, they can get hot. And they are some hot shooters out there. You went through some of their season averages. And as I take a look, they average 62 points per game. You may have mentioned that. I had to step away there for just a second.
Yep.
But as I take a look, I mean, they've scored 75, 80, 77, 81. So those points are out there for these Colby Hornets, and it will, in that case, then be up to those Stratford Tigers to hold serve here at home in this regional semifinal. As we take a look at the brackets, we're also watching Neilsville and Stanley Boyd. That game available at ZaleskiSports.com. The winner there plays the winner here, and we'll get into that more in the second half, but those two games will collide tomorrow. So again, Neilsville Stanley Boyd is free, just like this one is, over at ZaleskiSports.com. So it's kind of the way I see things. National Anthem coming up here in just a little bit. But again, Stratford the 2 seed, Colby the 3, and both teams have been. You were here for Rib Lake. That was about a week ago.
Yes, it was last week Thursday, and they won, put up 80 points.
Yeah. So 8 days off. We'll see what either team can figure out with that big layoff. But National Anthem time just about upon us here in Stratford. So we'll get up out of our seats here and get ready for the National Anthem here in Stratford. Give us some final instructions on how we're supposed to leave fast after the game. He just told us everybody's got to sprint when the game is done and get out of here. All right, National Anthem here in Stratford. National Anthem is checked off our list here in Stratford. That means we inch closer and closer to the start of playoff action. Again, this is a regional semifinal in Division 3 this year, and that's interesting too, seeing Colby in Division 3, but there were a couple of handful of teams that decided they weren't going to participate in the postseason this year, so everybody got moved up. Now Stratford was going to be a 3 most likely anyway, but a 4 last year during those playoffs. So all these different things kind of come together here. But anyway, starting lineups here in Stratford. These are the Colby Hornets, and it's a senior number 3, Mason Schmutzler. Number 5 is a junior, Richard Streveler. Another junior, number 10, Brandon Velker. And number 13 is a senior, Jaden Underwood. And a sophomore is number 22, Caden Healy. And the Hornets are coached by James Flink. Both Matt and I had a chance to visit with Coach Flink, back in December. They played against Phillips. We went over there and checked out the Hornets that day, but found the Hornets a very, very likable squad.
And a fun fact about that game, actually,
Yeah,
that was the only tip ball we saw all season at Phillips. I remember that from back then. That was the first and only, I think, tip ball I've seen the entire basketball season.
That's exactly right. I was just about to begin my little lead-in about the time-tested tradition of the throw-in, and then all of a sudden they're out there tipping the ball. So we'll see what they decide here tonight. But again, the Hornets go Schmutzler, Streveler, Velker, Underwood, and Healy. And again, the Hornets are coached by James Flink. For the Stratford Tigers, number 3 is a 6'2" senior, Cody Miller. And number 5, Cade Bruzewitz. He stands at 5'9". A junior is Bruzewitz. Number 10, the senior, the point guard, 5'9", Max Vanderhoof. Number 11 is a 6'3" senior, Jake Scraw. And who do we have left then, Matt, down there?
Looks like that'll be Camden Dahl. He's the
There you
last
go.
guy.
That's right. Cam Dahl, a 6'1 junior, and the Stratford Tigers, as was mentioned at the top, are coached by Kurt Schmidt. The Tigers go Miller, Bruzewitz, Vanderhoof, Scraw, and Dahl. That has been their lineup for most of the season. You've covered them a lot more than I have, Matt. I think Dahl may have been missing in action midway through the season, but this has generally been it.
Yeah, a few injuries for Dahl in the mid-season with an ankle, but now he's back in the lineup. Actually, I started the season with Zach Seitz in there, and I think Coach wanted to go a little bit smaller, a little bit faster, and he put in Caden Bruzewitz instead, so playing a bit smaller guys but a bit faster pace.
All right, and we're off and running here. All right, Tigers set up in the half court. And a shot coming off from Dahl, and Dahl hits a three. And the Tigers strike first here at home in this regional semifinal. Again, the winner here will take on the winner of Neilsville and Stanley Boyd. That game going on right now. You can watch it live at ZaleskiSports.com. Firing and clapping back is Underwood on the other end. So there we go, Matt. Back-to-back threes.
Yeah, and both those scores, Underwood and Dahl, you can't let them get hot. If they do, it can get nasty as they'll start knocking down threes left and right.
Rebound underneath from Miller off the missed shot. Miller, the putback is good. So 5-3 early as both teams shooting 100%. Is Amanda watching online? Hey, Amanda, we appreciate you checking out the game here today. That shot from Underwood left just short. Rebound picked up by Velker. Now Schmutzler back up top to Velker, worked around the other side now to Underwood. And now Schmutzler. Schmutzler will tempt the lane. He's defended neatly there by Bruzewitz. So Tigers, nice defensive set so far here on this trip down. A smattering of applause from the Stratford folks here in the stands on their team's defensive effort. And now a three from Underwood. That one just off and then batted out and out of bounds by Strevler. It'll be Stratford ball.
Yeah, couldn't really get a better look there. That was wide open, just couldn't connect. A little bit too straight on that, not much of an arc. And Underwood, 1 for 2 so far from three-point range.
All right, 5-3. Stratford with the lead. They'll bring the ball up. Little half-court trap set up there, but nothing that the Tigers haven't seen before. Now Vanderhoof on the take. Vanderhoof all the way through and got that one knocked away by Healy, and it'll stay with the Tigers. Two minutes off the clock over in Neilsville. No score. Warriors and Orioles. As Scraw turns in the lane, he gets that one to settle off the back of the rim and falls in. Scraw scores 7-3 Stratford.
Yeah, Jake Scraw's probably the Tigers' best player in the post there. He can really create a lot with not a whole lot of space.
Other games going on across the Zaleski Sports Network. We've got Pacelli at Auburndale and Greenwood at Columbus Catholic. 4 live boys regional semifinals for you to watch tonight. By the way, did I mention free? Yeah, free. As Dahl will get fouled on the floor. It'll be the first foul of any kind by anybody, and it'll go on the Hornets, and it'll be charged to Underwood. Pulling up that Auburndale game right now. 5-2 Auburndale early over Pacelli. They've got about 3:15 off the clock, so. And they're going to say going the other way. That foul's going to come inside. They're going to charge that foul on Devin Ulrich as Ulrich came in the game. And they say he pushed underneath on that inbound set, and Ulrich with the foul. All right, so Colby back with the ball. Scored an early three. That three came from Jaden Underwood. Last 2 times down have come up empty for the Hornets. In the lane now, Schmutzler, stop there, kick out, little shuffle at the top there for Strevler. Ball work now to Velker. Now on the wing back to Strevler as the Hornets work the ball around the perimeter, nearly lost by Underwood. Now Underwood starts his drive, cut off there by Ulrich. Another nice defensive set here for the Tigers. 3 launched by Schmutzler and Ulrich with the rebound.
I'm surprised I haven't seen a shot yet from Strevler. He dominates the leaderboard in points, rebounds, and assists, and we haven't seen much from him so far in the first few in this one.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that as we go. As Dahl leaning in the lane, and he hits his second bucket of the night. He's got 5, and it's a 6-point Stratford lead. And that one thrown away. That was over towards Underwood and thrown into the Colby student section. Pretty sure that's the Colby student section over there.
Looks like it. I mean, you usually don't see a whole lot of people wearing all those flannels and the camo hats, so usually tell it's Colby from that.
Okay, all right, sure. Shots fired from Stratford Tiger Matt Dickinson. Well, here's what I'll say. I got to come back for that, though. Your former classmates over here just sitting around doing nothing.
Yeah, it's, it is kind of surprising. Not a whole lot of energy from the Stratford side. I mean, when they make the shot there, you see, but well, there we got one guy. Looks like that's Dane Poppy over in the stands there.
Max Vanderhoof with a 3, and he got applause from one guy over there. All right, 12-3 Stratford. Yeah, there's been, for me anyway, for my money, a little bit of lack of enthusiasm from folks in the bleachers without the band, without some of the other stuff. Although we see the band coming back as foul in the lane there as Schmutzler hit the deck. That'll go on Stratford. We've seen the band tonight at Columbus Catholic. We've seen the band over in Mosinee quite a bit, down in La Crosse. So, people are able to do it. You wonder those that aren't, why. But those that are, congratulations to them. Here's Schmutzler to the line for 2.
Yeah, I've been saying that all year about the band, how they really can impact a game. The energy, it's the whole vibe they have when they're playing, all their songs. It's kind of you don't really notice it's gone until it is, and you're like, wow, the energy kind of almost sucked out of the room a little bit in the beginning of those games.
Yeah, it's one of those things. You didn't realize how much of a thing it was. As 1 for 2 goes Schmutzler.
Especially in the football season, that's one of the big ones because band in football is huge, and without the band, it really just makes things kind of awkward almost.
Yeah, so silent, just deafeningly silent. Nice pass underneath there from Dahl to Ulrich. He had trouble handling. Now Bruzewitz, 3 fired on the other end. Timber, Cade Bruzewitz.
And that's one thing, all those Tiger players, they can all hit 3-pointers.
Zach Seitz handles the deflection. Back come the Tigers. They lead by 11. Now here's Ulrich on the wing. Gives off now to Dahl. Dahl will rise from the corner. Hand down, man down, and a 3 from Cam Dahl. We get the timeout from Coach James Flink. A 30-second timeout, Stratford by 14.
Experience choice risk-free at Mid-State Technical College. Your choice to learn with small in-person classes, online classes, innovative technology class options, or your choice of any combination to fit your needs. You can get your liberal arts degree and transfer as a junior to all UW colleges or in-demand employable skills. Start now to experience choice risk-free at Mid-State Technical College. Find out what risk-free means at mstc.edu.
Your locally owned Sherrill Tire and Service Center will keep you rolling and growing by coming to you with one of our 14 farm and commercial service trucks. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
All right, there we go. We thank the folks from Sherrill Tire, making sure that you get to watch this game completely free. That's how it works. 18-4 coming out of the Colby timeout. Coach Flink looking for something more than what he's got here as his team down early on the road in this regional semifinal.
And how about Camden Dahl tonight? He has 10. He's on fire so far in the first half.
Yeah, having a fantastic start here to the game is Cam Dahl. And a whistle underneath, and jump ball is going to be the call here, and it'll be Stratford. Well, they're going to point to Colby now. I must have missed a change of possession there somewhere. At any rate, Colby ball, and now another whistle down low, and this is going to go the other way. I think they're going to give this one to Healy. Nope, they're going to call Mason Schmutzler. So Schmutzler with the push underneath. We saw Ulrich for Stratford push on the inbound set. Now on the other side, Schmutzler does the same thing. Ball now belongs to the Tigers. (15-4) Auburndale over Pacelli. Well, 11.5 left in that game. 8-5 Stanley Boyd leading early over Neelsville. Again, the winner there will take on the winner here. And the ball rolls into the backcourt. It was touched, and the Tigers will be allowed to regain possession here in the front court. They do. Coach Schmidt tells his guys, settle down. That one rims in and out, and offensive rebound, and then thrown away. Coming back the other way, here comes Underwood with it, and he'll slow things up and now look for a cutting Healy. Pass deflected by Scraw, stays with the Hornets. Now 3 on the way from Strevler is good. So Richard Strevler with the 3, and there you go, Matt. Hornets trying to find some points, a couple of them there.
Yeah, we finally hear Strevler's name tonight, and I don't think it'll be the last of that. At least if Colby wants to win, it's gonna have to come through him.
I think you would think a big portion anyway. As Seitz down low there, we'll kick it back out now to Vanderhoof. Vanderhoof stops in the lane, and back to Seitz it goes. Seitz bowls over the defender, and it's an offensive foul on Zach Seitz. Columbus leads 12-4 over Greenwood. Again, all those games I'm telling you about are available for free at ZaleskiSports.com. Trying to find that Athens marathon game. Blue Jay TV coming up empty. It's where the games have lived up until this point. Although Athens folks, if you're out there, let us know in the chat box down below if you know a better place to see that Athens marathon game. I've seen a few on Blue Jay TV during the season, but Blue Jay TV is blank right now. As the ball loose in the lane, it'll be picked up by Dahl, and Tigers 11-point lead. They've led by as many as 14. Here's Vanderhoof, looks inside to Scraw. Nice front there defensively by Healy. And Healy just a sophomore for the Hornets, playing well here so far. Dahl, that 3 was off just a bit. Rebound going to be corralled by the Hornets and Brandon Velker.
Yeah, and when I talked to Coach Schmidt a few weeks ago about kind of how they have so many players that can have an impact in the game, I kind of asked him, how do you do this without guys like Vaughn, Bright, and Ben Barton from last year? He said, well, you just got to ride the hot hand. It looks like Dahl's the guy tonight. We'll see how many more looks they give him and how they try to feed the offense through him.
Just as I compliment Caden Healy, he scores on the Hornets' end. Now here's Scraw on the wing. Scraw shot many three-pointers this year?
He shot a few, and he's done pretty solid when he gets some nice looks.
Dahl goes around his back, now spins and gets Schmutzler off his feet. Finds himself open for a 15-footer. There's Scraw on the offensive glass. That one blocked by Healy, and Schmutzler is going to run down the rebound. So Caden Healy, the sophomore, impressive here so far.
That was grown man defense right there.
Yes, it was. It's a 3 launched from Velker. That one too strong. And back comes Bruzewicz. Bruzewicz now 2-on-2, and he runs into the defender. Another offensive foul on the Tigers. See if the Blue Jays went to Facebook, perhaps. That was supposed to be a dandy of a game. I had thoughts of going up to Athens tonight. Matt talked me out of it. Well, okay, now they got a different link. Yeah, I don't know. Blue Jay TV must have got shut down tonight. It looks like that game is going to show up on YouTube. Interestingly enough, that game is not on the WIAA approved list. Oh, Athens, you may be getting a call. It's a take there by Underwood, just a bit too strong. Here comes Dahl, 18-9. His Tigers lead by 9. Get you a quick score as soon as that one loads up. Here's Scraw for 3. Got it. Jake Scraw, just as I asked our Stratford sports expert about Jake's outside range, he nails one.
Yeah, he's definitely capable from shooting beyond the arc. Not one of his strong suits, but definitely can make him when need be.
On the other end, that layup too strong for Vanderhoof, and then Healy throws it into the second row. Got a little excited there, trying to outlet and get the fast break going. Got a little bit ahead of himself, did Healy. Neelsville 12-8 now as they have gone on an apparent 7-0 run at home against Stanley Boyd. Again, winner there plays the winner here. Should it be Neelsville, the game is there. Should it be Stanley Boyd, the game is at the winner of this one, which in this point would be the Tigers. Here's Ulrich now, bounces inside to Scraw. Scraw, a couple free throws coming up for Jake. So foul on Healy, his first. Team third on the Hornets. 24-6 Auburndale cruising over Pacelli.
You know, see Jake Scott here at the line. Actually, he was the player of the game last week versus Rib Lake. He had put up, I think, a season high of 15 and had a few boards as well. And definitely one of the Tigers doesn't get a whole lot of love. Doesn't really, like on the stat sheet, get, you know, the big numbers, but he's a player that can really has such a huge impact defensively and getting those tough baskets inside.
Scraw's second free throw is good, so he goes 1 for 3 on the game from the free throw line. I'm sorry. 1 for 2. I had too many circles in there already. 1 for 2 is Scraw. Now in the game is Tucker Meyer. Meyer long on his jumper. Scraw might lead the team in hair length, though.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
He leads the top of the leaderboards for that one for sure.
Dump down low to Ulrich, a little bit too strong, and the Tigers will work it back around to the top. Now bounced into Scraw. Here he goes to work on the inside. Now kick out 3 on the way from Bruzewitz is good. Cade Bruzewitz, his second three-pointer, 25-9. Tigers early in this one.
I think it's a bit surprising how Colby only 9 points. I mean, I probably wouldn't have thought that with how many I've seen them score at least per game, but maybe there's a little bit off right now they'll pick up later, but a bit surprising so far in the first half.
Yeah, they hit that shot early, been a little bit cold, and credit to the Stratford defense. There we see a floater in the lane that's missed, and then an opportunity for a rebound there for Colby, and the ball just kind of rolls around and lands in the Tigers' hands. Now here comes Meyer off a screen from Scraw down low, too strong on the rebound, and it'll go the way of the Hornets.
Fleet Farm is your vehicle ready for winter weather. Fleet Farm is everything from wiper blades, batteries, auto chemicals, and even snow tires, and it's all at a low fleet price. Stay safe on the road this winter with Fleet Farm.
There you go. Fleet Farm, proudly serving the Midwest since 1955. Timeout on the floor. Stratford 25, Colby 9.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
A&B Process System. Take the first step to building your customized home with Stratford Homes. Visit StratfordHomes.com to see floor plans, schedule a tour, or begin the design of your new customized home from Stratford Homes. With a 110,000 square foot indoor construction facility and model home village located right in the heart of central Wisconsin, Stratford Homes has been an industry leader in the systems-built home market since 1973. Visit StratfordHomes.com today to get started. Drove right past the model home village on the way into town today. You did too.
Yes, sir. I live right near there, actually.
Right.
Can see it from my backyard pretty much.
Well, it's a big place, 110,000
yes.
square foot construction
No
facility, and then all the model homes out there. So, yeah, definitely stop in. Get a tour, and some really, really good stuff going on there. Find your next home at Stratford Homes. 3 on the way from Underwood, and hits his first shot since, I don't know what, we were 20 seconds into the game.
Yeah, I believe he made the first basket for Colby tonight.
He did. 23-14, Columbus leads over Greenwood. That is version 3.0. Those teams met twice in the Clover Belt Conference season. And now a regional semifinal in Marshfield as Ulrich gets room underneath, a little bit too strong, and then poked away by Meyer. Meyer saves it back in. Ball still loose and finally picked up by Meyer. Weisenberger saved it back in, finally picked up by Tucker Meyer. And then on the other end, a 3 from the Hornets. As I'm getting Tucker Meyer's name scored away, not to be confused with number 4 of Stratford, Cale Weisenberger. There. Here's Weisenberger. Now dump into Seitz. Right back to Weisenberger it comes. Now all the way on the other side, Cody Miller, 3. Well, action heating up here a little bit perhaps. Thank you, Jennifer, helping us out with finding that Athens game. Again, that game not on the WIAA approved list, so I hope
Good floater.
they don't.
Meyer.
Yeah, Meyer, a little floater. Hope Hope the association doesn't come down too hard on our friends from Athens. They might, though. Seitz down low, inside, and good. Nice little twist on the inside there by Zach Seitz. His first basket of the game, 30-17 Stratford. Yeah, in the playoffs, you got to request approval, and you got to give the WIAA some money. It's a whole different thing during the playoffs. We pay $250 for a playoff game. Athens, should they have went through the proper channel, maybe they did. Maybe just that list didn't get updated, but a little bit less to the schools, but $250 for us. Three here is good. That one, another one canned there by Tucker Meyer. He's got a quick 8 points, man.
Yeah, within the past minute or two, and he's really come on strong, and now down by 10, looking like a little bit of life for Colby now.
And as that is being witnessed by everybody here in the gym, including Coach Kurt Schmidt, he calls the timeout. Stratford does lead by 10. We'll be back.
Winter's coming fast, which means it's time to hit the trails. Bill's Service Center has all things you need to stay warm and dry on the trails this winter. With a full selection of jackets, bibs, helmets, boots, casual wear. And don't forget that Bill's is your chainsaw safety gear headquarters. Bill's Service Center is your one-stop connection for all your cold weather riding gear.
Don't freeze your jingle bells off. Get your cold weather riding gear at Bill's Service Center. Bill's Service Center, where the adventure begins.
Coach Kurt Schmidt saw what Matt and I did, which were the Hornets heating up, calls the timeout, attempting to cool them off here a little bit. And out of the Stratford timeout, they lead by 10.
Yeah, and the Tigers have went to the halftime of games leading a lot and haven't had, kind of struggles closing out games. I know they had a game against Auburndale. They're leading by 10 at half and ended up losing by over 15. So we'll see if they can keep the lead in the half, they can hold on to it.
As that shot goes over the backboard and out of bounds. Couple shots there on that trip down for the Tigers. Nothing doing. 32-10, Auburndale over Pacelli. Again, that one kind of got away from Auburndale early. See if there's a comeback, and we get a foul on this side. That'll be a Stratford foul. That'll be called on Jake Scraw, and it'll be Stratford foul number 5 on the half. You see Caden Weezy check in for the first time for Coach Flink and the Hornets, and it'll be Richard Strevler to take a seat. Scraw comes out for the Tigers. Matt, who came in there? Ulrich maybe back in the game now?
I think so.
All right, and a little turn inside by Velker comes up short. Tigers Vanderhoof left wide open at the top of the zone. Rebound underneath by Dahl, and the putback is good. The defensive effort there by the Hornets fell apart all at the same time.
And credit to Cam Dahl. He's been playing great so far, and then he has 12 points. He's really doing the most for his team right now.
That's well said, Matt, as you're right in the game, and he scores Weezy off the bench. Note it, didn't even get warmed up. Just goes in and cans a 3. Update I gave you in Neilsville about 10-15 minutes ago was Stanley Boyd 12, Neilsville 8. It's now Neilsville 23, Stanley Boyd 12. Stanley Boyd has not scored in 10-plus minutes. So Neilsville pulling away. Still first half, though, as it is here. Anything can happen. 9-point Stratford lead. Colby with the ball, and that three-point shot blocked by Dahl. Here's Dahl with it. Up ahead it comes to Miller. Miller under the basket.
What a move by Miller.
Yeah, nice little move. Very patient move under the basket by Cody Miller.
Definitely shown a lot of discipline there.
And a fast break here developing for the Tigers. Here's Miller. Miller on the layup is good. A little losing his balance, stumbling just a bit, but kept his wits about him. And Stratford back up by 13. And that one nearly stolen by Dahl, and then he may have jammed his finger as he stuck his paw out there. Looks like he's flexing that right hand a little bit, trying to just work out that that jammed finger. We've all done it before. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can hurt like a bugger.
Hopefully it's not a factor for him. He tried to put his leg up there instead of his hand. Trying to block that.
He's like, listen, I'm not gonna have that happen again.
It's a business decision right there.
Yeah. Skip pass all the way over to Weezy. Now Weezy gets that one taken away by by the Tigers. Here comes Weisenberger all the way coast to coast is Cade Bruzewitz. My apologies. Bruzewitz with the steal and then the layup on the other end. 16-footer on the step back by Strevler, and the Colby bench
nice move there.
Impressed with the junior and his ball handling skills. Hornets, though, do trail by 13. Miller, 3 on the way. Got it.
That's how nonchalant that was. Pass whatever, standing right there, spot up, just no problem.
Very comfortable in his abilities was Miller. And Hornets back on the offensive end. They need to start stringing together some possessions here. And what I mean by that is defensive possessions as well. They got to get a couple stops, score a couple times, and look to make things a little bit more favorable on the scoreboard. Nice take there by Meyer. Earns himself a pair of free throws.
Yeah, not too long ago, our score was 32-23. Tigers were on top, but it seemed like Colby had a lot of momentum and that things were kind of shifting a bit, and then Tigers kind of flipped the switch, and now down by 16. Colby is shooting free throws here, but it's looking like a pretty wide gap so far as we head into close into the half.
Athens 25, Marathon 18, 3:45 left in the first. And the free throw is good for Meyer. 9 points now for the sophomore Tucker Meyer off the bench. Meyer on the second. He gets that one to go. He's in double digits with 10 is Meyer. So, again, the Hornets look for somebody to spark. And they've got one in Meyer. See if they can find one or two others here and see about this 14-point gap on the scoreboard. Dump in now to Seitz. Go ahead, Matt.
Meyer kind of really came out of nowhere in the past few minutes, and just like that, 10 points.
Yep.
And he's really given their team the kind of spark they're going to need to come back from this deficit.
There's Meyer here, and that one got blocked by Seitz, tipped around, and lands in the hands there of Keegan Weiler. Weiler in the game for the first time here today. Dahl on the wing in front of the Hornets bench, goes around his back. Oh, a little step through there, but lost the ball on his way through, and it'll stay with the Tigers. As a pair of Hornets will come in. One of those, Caden Healy. Healy, nice defensive efforts so far in the first half. Got 3 points, but maybe one of those sparks. Hornets searching for the magic combination right now. And that one kicked coming in. It'll be inbounded one more time. 28-21 now, Athens over Marathon with under 3 minutes left in the half. We'll update you on that game after halftime. Columbus 33, Greenwood 16, and that game just about at halftime. A couple seconds left. As a jumper there, the 17-footer from Bruzewitz, and he's got 10. And then a block is going to be called on Vanderhoof on the other end. It'll be, I believe, a free throw. I think that's team foul number 7. I think we've got the bonus free throw coming up for Tucker Meyer. He's 2 for 2 from the line here in the first half.
Yeah, and if you're the Tigers, you don't want to give him any extra, chances for points. You got a nice lead. This last thing he wants to really get any more fouls with this last 50 seconds or so to go until the end of the half.
And Meyer can't get that one to go. Dahl skies for the rebound. Final 40 seconds here of the first half in Stratford. Here comes Dahl. Dahl bounces underneath the Seitz. Seitz can't get it to go. Back come the Hornets. 30 seconds left to play in the half. Here's Meyer with it. Meyer, kick out, 3 on the way from Weezy. That one off the front of the rim and chased down by the Hornets. That was Healy on the chase down. Meyer now open for 3 on the other side. That one left shorts, and Seitz brings it down. 15 seconds left in the half. Coach Schmidt says 1, 43-27. Stratford will go to the locker room with the first half lead. How big is going to be found out here is Vanderhoof on the take, and 2 free throws coming up for Max Vanderhoof.
Something I noticed looking at my score sheet right now, you see a lot of the Tigers, they just have so many guys that can score. You see that Bruzewitz and Miller with 10, Dahl, he has 12. There's so many, usually some nights we'll see at least like 10 or 11 Tigers, their entire varsity team, getting at least some points on the board. They have so many guys that can plug in place.
6 Tigers have scored. Like you said, Matt, 3 in double figures already. And that's a pretty good recipe going into the half. Be 6 seconds left after this Max Vanderhoof free throw. Vanderhoof on the second, got that one to go, and a whistle will send in a substitution as we will see Caden Griesmer in the game for the first time today. So again, Hornets 6 seconds to deal with. It's a 17-point deficit. Hornets look to chip into that a little bit here. 2-1, shot at the buzzer, good if it goes. Off the side of the backboard, no. And it will be a halftime lead for the Tigers. Our halftime score here in Stratford as the Tigers leading the Colby Hornets 44-27. Our Fleet Farm halftime report comes up next.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier, treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank, better together.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier, treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank, better together.
A rogue virus. No jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
All right, back here in Stratford as we begin our Fleet Farm halftime report. It is President's Day sale going on now at Fleet Farm. 10% military discount goes along with that. Veterans and active military members save an extra 10% off their in-store purchase. Head in and save today. Fleet Farm, proudly serving the Midwest since 1955. 44-27 our halftime score. Tigers out in front of the Hornets here in this boys regional semifinal. It's halftime in Marshfield, 33-16 Columbus leading Greenwood. It's minute 20 left in the first half in Auburndale. The Eagles with a big lead, 41-12 over Pacelli. And Neilsville leading Stanley Boyd 27-20 as they play with a minute left before halftime. Again, the winner there will face the winner here. And at this point, if things froze in time right now, Matt, it would be Stratford at Neilsville tomorrow at 7, but we've still got a whole second half to play. First half scoring, it goes like this for the Stratford Tigers. Cody Miller has 12, Cam Dahl with 12, Kate Bruzewitz with 10, Jake Scraw has 6, Max Vanderhoof with 4, and Zach Seitz has 1 bucket. He's got 2 points. For the Colby Hornets, Tucker Meyer off the bench, leading all Hornets in scoring with 10. Jaden Underwood, a pair of 3-pointers, he has 6. Richard Strevler, 5 points. Caden Weezy with 3, Caden Healy with 2, and Mason Schmutzler with 1, 44-27. When you add them all up, Matt, other observations from the first half?
Well, the Tigers, they 44 points in the first half is no joke. At that pace, they're going to break their season high. So, we'll see what happens in the second half. Like I said before, a bit leery about what to expect in the second half, the way they've played in a few of these games. You know, they've come out really strong, and then second half they kind of had a hard time closing out. But you know, things look great for them so far going into the half. 17-point lead. I mean, that's what you want. So I guess we'll have to see. I know Coach Schmidt has been working on that, making sure that his guys are, at least after those experiences of losing some of those games, they're ready for how to close out and how to play better in the second half.
All right, it is halftime now over in Neillsville. It actually just went to halftime, and 34-23, Neillsville over Stanley Boyd. So again, setting up, should both home teams be able to hold serve in the second half, as Matt was just telling you about. That would be a regional final tomorrow in Neillsville at 7 o'clock. We will have it live at ZaleskiSports.com. No matter who wins at either site, we'll have that live. And the same thing goes that Greenwood and Columbus Catholic game. Whoever wins there, we will have that game live at ZaleskiSports.com. Should Columbus Catholic hold, and they had a fairly decent lead at home at the last check there, they would likely play Allman Bancroft tomorrow at 7 o'clock. We would have that live. Should Greenwood hold on, they will play at Allman Bancroft, and we will have that game live. We also have live tomorrow a sectional final. This is a game to go to state, and it is girls basketball. Assumption at Wazeeka Steuben, 1 o'clock start time there, and you'll find, again, that game live and free at ZaleskiSports.com. Again, all the listings will be made available on the Zaleski Sports Facebook network, and you can find game links like you did tonight at ZaleskiSports.com. We'll wrap up our Fleet Farm halftime report. Again, it's a 10% military discount going on now during Fleet Farm's President's Day sale. Veterans and active military members save an extra 10% off their in-store purchase. Head in and save today. Fleet Farm, proudly serving the Midwest since 1955. We'll take another commercial break and be back for the start of the second half here in Stratford in just a moment. Jason Zaleski here to tell you that Hewitt's Meat has you covered with simple, easy, and free home delivery. Residents of North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, and Wisconsin get free. That's right, free delivery on every order from Hewitt'sMeats.com. Choose from bratwurst, wieners, bacon, jerky, sausage, cheeses, ham, snack sticks, gift boxes, and even the popular grillers. With over 50 flavors of bratwurst, Hewitt's Meat with free delivery will please your entire family. Visit the store in Tomahawk, Marshfield, or Hewitt's Meat on Facebook today.
At V&H Automotive, you'll get the best price and best selection on all Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Ram, Dodge, and Jeep models guaranteed. At V&H, our friendly staff is always ready, here to serve you. No pressure, no gimmicks, just great deals, great service, and the best vehicles in central Wisconsin. Come see why our customers rate us number one.
V&H Automotive, a short drive from anywhere, or visit us at vhautos.com.
A&B Process Systems has been a proud member of the Stratford community since 1973. You can find your next career in engineering, welding, and more at A&B Process Systems. Our campus also includes our exclusive Factory Acceptance Testing Center with full-service testing capabilities to ensure that your equipment will perform to your expectations. Visit A&B Process Systems on Facebook today for more information. Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, has been a Central Wisconsin resident her entire life. That means she has the inside edge on knowing the landscape and what it takes to care for your real estate needs. Whether you're buying or selling, Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, is your friend and neighbor, ready to help.
I'm Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, with experience in residential and commercial real estate. Let's work together as a team for a win in your next real estate transaction.
Bauer & Fine Business Technologies is your complete office technology solution. For 60 years, Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been serving school districts, municipalities, counties, religious organizations, and businesses in Wisconsin and beyond. Visit b-bt.com and let Bauer & Fine Business Technologies be your complete office technology solution. That's b-bt.com.
Experience choice risk-free at Mid-State Technical College. Your choice to learn with small in-person classes, online classes, innovative technology class options, or your choice of any combination to fit your needs. You can get your liberal arts degree and transfer as a junior to all UW colleges or in-demand employable skills. Start now to experience choice risk-free at Mid-State Technical College. Find out what risk-free means at mstc.edu.
All right, back here in Stratford, just about time for second half action. It is second half already in Marshfield. Columbus leads Greenwood 33-16. In my mind, I was going to tell folks right there before we went to commercial, Matt, that I thought that score was about doubled up. If I would have said it, I guess I would have been right. But 33-16. Columbus looks to be on their way to a regional final, although you never know. Again, that game live at ZaleskiSports.com. Auburndale with a big halftime lead at home against Pacelli, 45-19, I think is what that is. Neilsville leads at the half, 34-23. Again, the winner there plays the winner here tomorrow at 7 o'clock, and should these scores remain, it'll be at Neilsville. Either way, those of you interested watching live now, that game will be live tomorrow right here at Zaleski Sports at 7 p.m. And Athens Marathon dialing up that score right here. For whatever reason, their game takes a long time to load up. There it goes. I don't know. They're still having issues over there, I think, in Athens. They are at halftime. I don't know, Matt, what would you say that is? 30-28. Blue Jays 2-point lead. It's the 2-3 going on there. Stratford inbound, and we are underway here in half number 2.
Now, so are they doing like the actual full state tournament then? Like they're doing all the sweet. Okay, perfect. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
I love that. That's great.
Yeah, at the Lacrosse Center in La Crosse, at the Menominee something or other, where the Thunder or the Herd play, not the Thunder, the Herd, the developmental league team over in Oshkosh.
Okay.
Yep. And we'll have all those schedules at ZaleskiSports.com as they become available. Again, sectional final tomorrow, Assumption at Wazeeka-Steuben. That is live at ZaleskiSports.com, 1 o'clock. Winner there will go to the Lacrosse Center for a chance at a state title.
Yeah, I know wrestling has wrapped up their season, or at least individual and team state this week. And I think this is a really cool kind of how they were able to figure out how to do it. I mean, it's, they had, I think, Wausau held D3, and then I forgot the other two schools, well, D2 and D1, but they were able to get it done. That's, really good for them.
Myself and Newt Smirchek called the Division III state wrestling tournament last week. An 11-hour broadcast, Matt. Yeah.
Jeez, that's it's a long time.
It was a long time. We had a good time, but it was a long time. I tell you, and it wasn't as this one will get thrown into the backcourt, but that'll be chased down by Miller legally. It wasn't that the wrestling action was good. It was the sitting in those chairs. That was the bad news of it. But I stood for all those final matches. I stood. Just had enough of the sitting as Miller's three-pointer rattles in and out. Gavin Drexler of Stratford, state champion again this year, two-time state champ. Had a chance to talk to him. You can see that interview and his highlights of his state championship match on Facebook at Zaleski Sports if you haven't seen it. That's where that lives. And he'll be looking next year for perhaps a three-time state champ. And at this point, I don't see why you wouldn't think he could, as Dahl hits a three.
Yeah, Gavin's such a fantastic wrestler. I mean, it speaks for itself, all his work he does. And it's really a shame this freshman year he fell short in, I believe it was regionals, after going undefeated the entire season, and then just a bad weekend. That happens sometimes, and the most inopportune time, and then it all kind of fell apart there. But two-time state champ.
Yeah, obviously he learned from that. And, he and – especially this year, last year too, but this year in that state tournament, he was just faster than everybody else on the mat. It was really something. It was a sight to behold. 20-point Stratford lead, their largest lead here yet tonight, with 16 minutes left in the game. Again, this is a regional semifinal. Regional finals tomorrow at 7 o'clock. That pass denied by Scraw, but right into the hands of the Hornets. Now underneath, and Healy not able to corral the loose change, and instead it's Cody Miller coming away with the board. Here comes Dahl back the other way for the Tigers. A little hesitation at the three-point stripe and then loses the handle. Now Underwood with it for the Hornets. Look to his left, passes to Schmutzler to his right. Now up top, long three-pointer from Meyer is good. He cans that one from 21 feet.
Yeah, Meyer off the bench is, he has to be, he's playing the best of any Hornet tonight so far. 13 points off the bench, just fantastic.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, and that was recognized right away. He came off the bench and started stroking threes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice little take there, but a little bit too strong for Bruzewicz, and rebound brought down by Underwood. Now here's Schmutzler. Schmutzler stops his dribble, and that one nearly stolen away by Dahl. Now Meyer brings it into the front court. Now Velker back to Healy. Healy goes to work on Scraw, but went to work too early as he left without the dribble. Minute into the second half, up the road in Athens, tie game, 32-all. It's Athens Marathon. Tigers back on their offensive end. Scraw works on the low block. Kick out now to Dahl. Took a screen from Scraw and pops the 16-footer too long. Rebound brought down by Velker.
Camden Dahl hasn't really missed that shot a whole lot tonight. He just has 15 so far, leading his team. He's playing great.
Whistle on the other end. This will be before the shot. Another game we're watching here, Mosinee at Rhinelander, and it Indians lead on the road 37-33. It's a Division II regional semifinal. Inbound now to the Hornets, and this is Meyer up top. He works on Miller. Meyer's still on the move, and he'll pull up from inside the free throw line and hit it. I don't think Tucker Meyer liked that shot, but he liked it going in.
Yeah, now he's got 15, and if there's going to be a comeback, it's got to come through him, I think. He's been the guy to score, and 15, he's going to keep shooting.
Yeah, each possession here is so important now for the Hornets, offensively and defensively, as Vanderhoof to the rack and good. Max scores his 6th point tonight, and there, so you get the points. The math starts working here. I talked about this in a Loyal Greenwood broadcast on Tuesday, but there's math at stake here. And one problem was I wasn't that good in math in school, but the math is this: you're down by 17, as a three here comes up short. Rebound brought down by Seitz. And then the other part of the math is the clock. The clock is ticking down, and those two numbers converge, and things get tighter and tighter. You start scrapping more and more, and sometimes you run out of math, and you do it because you're not performing on the defensive end. That's where the math is going to start to work in your favor. Hornets force the Tigers into a missed shot on that time down.
Yeah, because if you're going to keep scoring and they keep scoring as well, it just cancels itself out.
Yeah,
and you're not really getting anywhere. You need to,
It's a net zero. You need to net up. Oh, nice little look down to Healy on the dish, the dime from Strevler.
They play from Strevler, able to create there. He leads the team with 4 assists per game.
Now here comes Miller down the lane. That one blocked by Healy, and then thrown off of Ulrich. Coming back going out of bounds was Velker.
I think we've seen that's 2 blocks now from Healy. I believe we had that one before.
2 or 3.
Yeah, could be even more. He's been playing great.
So we take a look over in Stevens Point. The Spash Panthers trail at home to the Hortonville Polar Bears, 49-36. So a big 13-point second half lead for the Panthers, which means a bet I've got with Dan Ross is not going to work in my favor. I should know, too. I mean, Dan's a high school basketball scout. Why in the world would I bet against whatever he says? I thought I knew something. Apparently not. So, Spash the 1 seed, Hortonville the 4. But they're going to, looks like Hortonville on their way to a regional final and ousting the 1-seeded Spash Panthers. Still 13 and a half minutes, though, for me to somehow overcome Dan's knowledge. Maybe. 36-25, Neelsville by 11 over Stanley Boyd. 15:54 left in that tilt. Greenwood closing the gap. They trail, though, just by 10. They had led by much more than that at halftime.
They're doing the math. I mean,
they are.
They've stopped them from scoring, and they've scored a few themselves. So,
well, time to work on the math here with 12:20 left to play. Meyer now with it on the far side. Seitz outstretched arms, persuading Meyer to go the other way. Now Meyer up top will take Seitz. Now kick out to Schmutzler. And now Meyer, three-pointer. That one left short, and ball is in the hands of Zach Seitz. Wasn't sure that was going to happen, but Seitz ends up with it. 15-point Stratford lead. And Tigers very willing now to work the ball around the perimeter. Work that clock, and again, work the math in their favor, which it is right now. It's all in their favor.
Yeah, this game is theirs to lose at this point.
Yep, total 4 out here, and the Tigers not even interested in looking at the rim right now. Dahl to Seitz, and that one poked away. So that's the other thing, though. You waste the clock, but sometimes you can go a little too far with it. Now down the lane, and another offensive foul. This one will get charged to Brandon Velker. Tigers were fouling offensively in the first half. Now the Hornets here in the second.
Yeah, and that other possession from the Tigers, a bit of a sloppy pass there from Seitz. Kind of let his guard down and didn't really, lobbed it a bit too much and leaving the ball in the air too long, and it'll get picked off like that.
Yeah, the passing got out of control is what happened there.
And you kind of find that happens sometimes when you get on those longer possessions where it kind of get a little bit sloppier as time goes on.
Now here's Dahl all the way to the rack, off the backboard and in. Cam Dahl with his second bucket here of the half. He's got 17 points.
And honestly, I don't think I've seen a Tiger score over 20 this year, so maybe we'll see that tonight for the first time, at least that I can remember so far this season. Who knows?
There comes Dahl back with it. Works on Healy, now backs it out. Looked inside to Scraw. Now Scraw will pop out, and they'll begin to work this 4-out offense to the Tigers and work the math on the clock. 10:38 left to play. There's Bruzewitz. Ulrich pops out. Everybody's touched it this time down, and then some. And again, Tigers not even interested in the rim right now.
Yeah, I think Coach Schmidt has learned from games in the past. He's not going to mess around if he doesn't need to. He's going to keep it, moving, drain some clock, and then get the nice open look, not force anything.
Columbus had led 33-16 at halftime. It's now 38-32. Greenwood on the comeback. And that would be an upset. The 4-seeded Greenwood Indians and the 1-seed Columbus Catholic Dons, although the 1 seed is in the lead. Here's a 3 from Bruzewitz. Nailed it. And that is just tough if you're the Hornets. Stratford comes down, they take a minute off the clock, and then they hit a 3 at the end of it.
Yes, the perfect possession for the Tigers. You couldn't really ask for anything more. That's exactly how you draw it up.
Quick foul, though, from Bruzewitz, so Coach Schmidt turns away. Didn't want to look after he saw that foul. He didn't want that foul. It's the 15th foul on the Tigers. It's the second on Bruzewitz, and with that, as Coach Schmidt turned around, he decided, I'm going to take Mr. Bruzewitz out here just for a bit. Not unhappy with him, just going to take him out and say, listen, here's the situation, here's what we got going on. We don't need to foul. Scraw with the rebound, and Dahl will bring it up ahead. 20-point Tiger lead, their largest here of the game. 9:25 left to play. Tigers everything they want in front of them here.
Yeah, I think a trap you don't want to fall into, like for Bruzewitz, is trying to do too much. Everything's working in your favor. You don't need to, go and try to almost be the hero in a sense. You just need to kind of just keep playing smart, and everything will kind of pan out.
Yeah, everything will pan out as into trouble there, and now kick out 3 on the way. That one long off the hand of Underwood, and Tigers another loose ball recovery. So we'll watch this Tiger possession here and see when a shot may come. It doesn't as Vanderhoof gets it stripped away. Here comes Schmutzler, 3-on-2 Hornet fast break. And free throws coming up for Mason Schmutzler. He was 1 for 1, scored his only point in the first half from the free throw line.
Drexler Transport has flatbed driving opportunities that pay you a 5 cent per mile premium over van. At Drexler Transport, drivers are always home for their requested time off. Draxler Transport is a family-oriented company that treats you like family. Visit DraxlerTransport.com to apply today.
There we go. We thank Draxler Transport for supporting this broadcast. Schmutzler now 2 for 2 from the line here tonight. And Marty and Arn and all the rest of the Eric, all the rest of the gang over there at Draxler, they really are family-oriented. There's Schmutzler on the second. That one rims off and almost able to get his own rebound, chased down by Miller. So that's another way you can, if you're the Hornets, start to work the math in your favor. As Stratford now with 6 fouls. Any subsequent Tiger fouls will result in Colby free throws as the basket made downstairs by Weiler. So if you can get to the free throw line, you stop the clock, and then that takes part of that math out of the equation. That three-pointer short from Wheezy, so a quick possession that comes up empty for the Hornets.
And even they can push the double bonus. That could help, a ton as well, getting those 2 for sure. I mean, the Tigers, there's no reason to foul here. Just play smart. You can allow, force Colby to have to make their shots.
That one blocked from behind by Dahl, but they say Dahl with body, and it'll be 2 free throws coming up for Caden Wheezy as the Dons go on a 7-0 run. They now lead 43-32. That was just a 6-point game, or I guess a 7-point game just a moment ago. Yeah, 7-0 run for the Dons. See, again, I said I wasn't that good at math. It's not my fault. Numbers are hard. They're tricky. Mm-hmm. They come in all different shapes and angles. And
then they start putting letters in there, too, and it's like, what are we doing? Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, letters and parentheses. I mean, what in the world? A parenthesis has no business being in math.
Add a few brackets and some square roots, and just, it's whole. It gets messy real fast.
56-37, Stratford.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
A&B Process Systems has. All right, back here to Stratford again, 56-37, coming out of the Hornets timeout, and again under 8 minutes to go. That danger territory already for the Hornets. Dahl walks it across for the Tigers, met by the trap right there, and then stolen away. So the Hornets defense coming out of the timeout does their job as Strevler strips it away. Here's Meyer, back to Strevler, and back to Meyer. Meyer, three-pointer launched, and just coming up short. Scraw with the defensive rebound.
It's like one of the Tiger defenders may have got close to getting a finger on that one there, disrupted that shot. And, Colby's able to string together some nice plays defensively. Just can't, put them together in a whole sequence and really kind of, get a nice momentum going.
Yeah, the Hornets been kind of stop and start the whole game. Now a couple free throws, though, coming up. I mentioned kind of that math game, and it'll be free throws coming up here for Richard Strevler, his first trip to the free throw line here tonight. Team foul number 8 on the Tigers.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised from Strevler. He only has 5 points tonight, and maybe we'll see some more from him late, but really kind of, not what I expected, at least, from just seeing the stat sheet. I guess just seeing kind of the leaderboards where they're at. I would have thought that he'd be leading the way, and not, the case tonight.
All right, timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with 7:13 left to play.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier, treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank, better together.
Spectrum Benefit Solutions with offices in Wausau, Stevens Point, Wisconsin Rapids, Medford, and now in Spencer. Spectrum Benefit Solutions is your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, and life insurance. Spectrum Benefit Solutions works with hundreds of clients of all sizes to help you attract and retain the best employees. Find Spectrum Benefit Solutions on Facebook to get started today.
Score update from Athens and Marathon. Big second half. They lead by 4, 45-41. And 8 minutes left down there. So close game, just a 4-point game. But Marathon with the comeback. They trailed at halftime. So second free throw coming up for Stratford. And free throw is good. So sometimes you can start to find your stroke from the free throw line. You mentioned Stratford needing to have a big second half. He's going to have a big next 7 minutes.
Yeah, and the thing with him is that I haven't really seen him shooting the ball either. It's not like he's been missing shots. He just hasn't been taking them. That's really kind of surprising. I haven't really seen him making a whole lot of plays.
A couple of baskets over the last minute for Keegan Weiler. He now has 6. 3 on the way from Stratford is good. So there you go, Matt. You work your stroke from the free throw line.
Speaking it into existence.
You hit it from deep. All right, so 18-point deficit now, but Hornets going to have to expend all their energy. But again, you have to because you don't win, you've got nothing to play for tomorrow anyway. We'll keep it right here, and we'll hear now from Matt and awards and more.
Awards and More is your one-stop location for awards, plaques, trophies, embroidery, screen printing, and promotional products. Awards and More is also the proud sponsor of Zaleski Sports Athlete of the Month. Visit Awards and More on Facebook to get your next trophy order today.
All right, we'll go through some of the scores that we know about. First, starting on the Zaleski Sports Broadcast Network, 46-32, Columbus over Greenwood, 5:25 left to play in Marshfield. In Auburndale, it's the Eagles leading the Pacelli Cardinals 61-24, 11:27 left there. And Neillsville, the game of interest to those watching this game, Neillsville leads Stanley Boyd 49-37, 49-40 now with 8:22 left. So Orioles keeping it close. They're within striking distance at least. They do trail by 9 at Neillsville. And then here, Stratford 60 and Colby 42. And I'm going to continue to sulk about my Spash Panthers. We'll get a score update. That one blocked by Meyer, but Meyer with body, and that'll send Cody Miller to the free throw line. Let's see if my Panthers made a comeback at home over Hortonville. We'll pull that game up. Otherwise, I am indebted to Mr. Dan Ross. It's Miller on the first. Hits that one. Miller now with 14 points on the game. Yep, I'm not doing any better here. Hortonville 59, Spash 45. Oh, those Polars. Congratulations, Hortonville. Congratulations, Dan Ross. There, I said it.
So now that was the 4 upsetting the 1, right?
Yeah. There's a few minutes left, but that's that game is donezo. Yeah, the 4 upsetting the 1. After the 4 upsetting the 3 on Tuesday, that was at Wausau West. They beat West by almost 40. As a 3 here from Meyer is good.
Great play from Meyer. 18 for him. How about that?
Yeah, that's a really good game for Tucker Meyer. Again, coming off the bench for Coach Flink. But, Hortonville beat Wausau West by almost 40. At West, Matt, the Warriors score only 28 at home in their regional quarterfinal. So Hortonville buried the Warriors on Tuesday, and now they're taking down my Panthers today.
28 in the entire game. That's
28 in the entire game. That's right. In a playoff game against a better seed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, good job, Polar Bears. Good job. Again, here in Stratford, Colby with the ball. Here's Schmutzler. Schmutzler go to work in the lane and didn't really have much of a plan. Went up against 3 Tigers and didn't work out.
I think if the ball went, if it went to shot that, it would have been a travel then anyways. Looked like it took maybe a few more steps, so
yeah,
kind of a bad sequence of events.
Yeah, and again, like I said, the math starts working against you, and that pressure starts to build, and sometimes you just go, and you just hope maybe on the way out I can figure it out, but I wasn't able to figure it out on the way in that time. As a whistle blows now on the other end, this will be a Colby foul. Only their 4th foul, though, of the half. And they're really not in a position to send Stratford to the line here. They need to be able to make a comeback on the floor through just tough defense and making shots.
Yeah, except with only 5 minutes left, you need 17. But then that's 17. You can't let the Tigers score any then to do that. So who knows how they'll try to go about that. Now make that 19.
Yeah, so. Miller with the shot is again the Tigers begin kind of imposing their will here on the Hornets late.
I think if the Tigers get real aggressive, they can kind of close this one out. If they score, maybe like 6 more points, get to 70, you kind of shut the door on any possible chance for a comeback.
I think they're probably really close to that right now as Vanderhoof with the rebound. Under 5 minutes to play. And make sure to stay tuned to our Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy, fresh cheese curds made daily, NasonvilleDairy.com. We will talk to today's winning coach. At this point, it'll be Kurt Schmidt coming up on the post-game show. We will forego any player interviews tonight as a quick turnaround tomorrow. These Tigers will be right back at it tomorrow. Ulrich with the under, and left it short. Meyer, a little scoop shot, and a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here with 4:02 left. Yeah, again, no player interviews, no highlights tonight. Again, very quick turnaround. It's a quick turnaround for us as well. So by the time we get our highlights put together and put those online, then we're a minute later we're telling you to go watch today's game on Saturday. So quick turnaround, but we will do the full boat tomorrow. And at this point, it looks like the game may be in Neillsville, although Warriors lead by just 7, 6.5 to play. Things tight between Neillsville and Stanley Boyd. Not tight here.
Yeah, but seeing Tucker Meyer, I think he's the guy right there who, you can't hang your head low after it looks like it'll be a loss night. 20 points, that's just, you're doing more than what's expected of you off the bench even, too, to make it even more impressive.
I think that's a good point, Matt. Tucker Meyer, a sophomore. Richard Stravler, Brandon Velker, both juniors. Caden Healy, a sophomore. And others that we've seen. Wheezy come in and play. Future arrow pointing up for the Colby Hornets. And playing up a division here. This is traditionally a Division IV team, although Stratford was a D4 basketball team last year, but that was a interesting situation. Stratford traditionally a Division III team, so Colby playing essentially up a division during this playoffs here. But Coach Flink would have, certainly he coached, told his guys a game plan to win, so you didn't come in here saying, there's no chance. You came in here to win the game. Here goes Dahl, and one! Cam Dahl.
So that chance gets to that 20 I was talking about. Maybe we'll see that right here. That's 19 for him, I believe.
Schmutzler picks up his third, team foul number 5. As the gymnasium scoreboard doesn't have Dahl in the game right now. Dahl on the free throw, hits it, and that is 20 points for Cam Dahl.
This Colby team kind of reminds me a little bit just, I'll say the Stratford girls team last year. A lot younger of a team. Now this year, seniors, and a really solid team. They can beat anyone, when they can. And, I know the playoffs ended early for them, but, it's a really solid all-around team and great season for them. So maybe we'll see the same kind of thing with Colby then going into next year.
You see it happen a lot as those young teams have that happen. It is just a 3-point game in Neillsville right now. 5:20 left to play. Orioles knocking on the door of an upset.
That would honestly be crazy. That's
again,
not rooting,
Orioles.
But
Orioles win means the game is here tomorrow at 7. That's the difference. Orioles can help the Tigers host a home game, although then you'd have to take on the Orioles. So sometimes you get more than you bargain for. We keep a watchful eye on that game as Braden Trunkle to the rack, no good, and it's going to be Orioles ball. They trail by 3, but they have the ball. 4:46, still a lot of time there in Neillsville. not as much time here, under 3 minutes to play. Tigers hold a 20-point lead. Here's Vanderhoof all the way. Floater, too strong. And it's going to be off the foot of Cade Bruzewitz, and it'll be Colby ball. But again, the Hornets, very, very tall hill to climb in a very short amount of time right now.
Yeah, they're going to need some like Reggie Miller, like, you know,
That's
13 or what was it, like 13 points in 8 seconds or something like that to get back into this one.
It would need to be a lot in a hurry. That's right. Yeah, that was against the Knicks. Pacers-Knicks. Spike Lee sitting there.
Yeah, that was.
that was classic. That was classic. I'm not even sure you were born yet.
No, that was
Okay.
way before. I do my homework, you know.
I like it. I like it. Yeah, I was thinking to myself, I was barely just out of high school when that game took place. 2:20 left to play. Again, Tigers, no hurry to look at the rim on this trip down as Coach Flink goes to his bench, and we will likely see Colby seniors with their last high school basketball game here in just a moment, as that one tipped out of bounds by one of those, and it is congratulations time for seniors Jaden Underwood, Mason Schmutzler for the Hornets, and senior Henry Schmidt goes on the floor. He wears number 14. So congratulations to those seniors on a fine high school basketball career.
That's got to be tough going out, you know, with a loss like this senior year. Look, it could be worse like last year for a lot of seniors that didn't get to even finish their season for basketball.
Again, under 2 minutes to play. Gavin, did our camera get knocked a little bit by somebody? No, it's still good? Okay, good. Good to hear. As a 30-second, maybe even just a rolling timeout here. Now, 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. I think now they are going to take a break. We'll keep it here. 22-point Stratford lead. Again, congratulations to Colby seniors Mason Schmutzler, Jaden Underwood, and Henry Schmidt as Matt and I both peer into the broadcast over in Neillsville. Again, this is live at ZalewskiSports.com, so this one out of hand. We would not blame you at all for going to check out this game because it is a doozy. It is a 3-point game. Neillsville, the 1 seed, hanging on by 3 with 3:37 left to play. Warriors will inbound.
It's an interesting color they got for their scoreboard, that kind of green color over
on their clock.
Neillsville. Yeah, on the clock.
Yeah, green clock. Yeah. Green means go. Clock is on. It's go time.
I like it.
Yeah, all right. The best I can come up with is Brody Decker will inbound. Schmutzler will bring it up. Under 2 minutes left here to play. And coming out of that, it's Mason Schmutzler with the big basket. Block there by Carson Rao. That brings a rousing ovation from the Hornets bench.
Even the student section over there.
Yeah, well, everybody's pretty happy with it. You see Braden Schiller bring the ball up, and he gets fouled. Schiller coming in as a sophomore. Again, back to the Stratford students there, Matt. Your former classmates, disappointing tonight. They just kind of sat there the whole night.
Bit.
What's
I mean,
going
we had
on?
some Dane Poppy action. Usually he's going crazy over there.
It's the
but
playoffs, man.
It is. It's, you know, I see Colby's over there. I'm calling you out right now, Stratford student section. Like, Colby's over there. They're losing by 19, and they're still getting up on their feet, and they're happy. What's going on?
I question the whole thing. Under 35 seconds left to play, and the take and the basket for Riley Bauman. Bauman, a senior, getting points here in the playoffs for the Tigers. Long three drilled there by Jaden Underwood. Again, he started with 6 quick points to start the first half, but hadn't scored until right there.
And really, scoring hasn't been the problem tonight for the Hornets. It's been stopping the Tigers. The Tigers only averaging about 52, I think it is, points per game on the season, and getting 71 here. that's no formula to success when playing Stratford.
Final seconds will come off the clock. They wave it off at the end, and it is a Stratford win, 71-53. Again, the Nasonville Dairy postgame show comes up next. We will talk to Coach Kurt Schmidt, and we'll talk to Coach about his team's regional semifinal win, and we encourage you all, if that's not of any interest to you, to go check out Neillsville Stanley Boyd. 2:36 left. It is a 3-point Neillsville lead, and Stratford awaits the winner of that one. We'll hear now from Nasonville Dairy and hopefully be back soon with Coach Kurt Schmidt.
Well, the Grow Wisconsin Dairy Processing Grant is for really any dairy, or up to $50,000 you can get for like improvements, help with like food safety aspects. It's actually you have to pay part of the service that you're getting, so you have to pay 20% of it. So we were actually granted $6150, and so that's the 80%. So our project is at a little over $7,000. So that's showing them that we're doing something with their milk. We're not just taking it, turning it into cheese, setting it in the store, sending it to the customer, like everyone else does. Anything that we do in the plant with food safety is great for everyone. It's not just great for us. It's telling the customer that we make a good product. It's telling the farmer, our patrons, that we're doing good with their milk. And so that should really go to heart. That you're going to get a safe product coming out of here. It's cool to see that all the Hymans are they really like to see their name out in the community, but especially for anything with children's groups. They sponsor a bike raffle every year, and they actually go and give it to the kid in the schools. I know that's a huge thing every year. But yeah, it's really cool to see their name out there. Seeing them a sponsor, we all got kids, we all were kids, so most likely something came out of here that we've done.
We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers cheese, pizza cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Letta, Caseri, Cafflettieri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on cake.
All right, back here to Stratford. Jason Zaleski here, Matt Dickinson right there. As we're watching here on the screen, it's a 4-point game now over in Neillsville. Under 2 minutes left. Neillsville 54, Stanley Boyd 50. Again, if the Orioles are able to find a way to win that game, we'll play a regional final here tomorrow at 7. If Neillsville hangs on to this 4-point lead, we will be over in Neillsville for that regional final, and it's Neillsville ball. They lead by 4, 1:40 left. We await Coach Kurt Schmidt. But Matt, a couple things, and you talked about it a little bit. Just really good defense by the Tigers. Cam Dahl reaching the 20-point mark, and for the Hornets, just not enough shooting all the way around.
Yeah, it seemed the Hornets were able to, make their shots, not maybe to the extent they'd want to, but defensively for the Hornets, the Tigers don't score a whole lot of points per game, so when you let them get 71, you're really you're putting yourself having a pinch there. So yeah, that was kind of what I thought was the big thing tonight, was that their offense was almost there, but the defense just wasn't at all. It kind of just wasn't even in the building almost.
Yeah, young Hornets team, and we look forward to watching those Colby Hornets next year. We went through the list, a lot of juniors and sophomores not only on the team but contributing here in this regional semifinal. Stratford a little bit in the same way, though. Lost a big senior group last year, and Coach staying patient with the guys this year and just helping to kind of shape and mold these guys and guide them through what was a struggling season at times for the Tigers. You saw them play a lot more than I did, but at times they really struggled during the season. Maybe they've kind of got it figured out right now. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it hurts them when you don't have a guy who can kind of put the team on his back and just let him go, like a guy like a Ben Barton or Vaughn Barton. You're getting consistent 20-some points per game each night. So like I talked to Coach Schmidt and how you kind of got to ride the hot hand. Whoever's kind of feeling like Camden Dahl was tonight, you have him go off and get his points. But sometimes no one's really on target on hitting their shots. So then what do? You can't really just have Ben Barton just go up and just dominate someone in the paint. You can't have Vaughn make a nice shot. And you're kind of missing guys like that. So it can kind of put you at a bit of a disadvantage when when no one's really kind of on on their A game, I guess.
Yeah, we were at a game last year, Stratford at Rib Lake, and they were in a bit of a bind. Yeah, they were leading, and just to back up what you're talking about there, and coach just calmly called out high-low, and Bright passed the ball here, Barton up here, and 2 points. It was just all he just had to do was say it, and the points came. But it's not been like that for the Tigers this year. But this team has got better, I believe, from what I've seen from a distance, and then seeing them here, have got better as these weeks have gone on. And they will play in a regional final somewhere tomorrow. It's a final, by the way, in Marshfield. Columbus moves on to a regional final. They beat Greenwood for the third time this year, 53-36. So they will play the winner of Almond Bancroft and Port Edwards. We believe that's Almond Bancroft. So, but again, that game live at Zaleski Sports Saturday, which is tomorrow at 7 p.m. Auburndale moves on to a regional final. They take down Pacelli 74-31, and they will play at Iola Scandinavia tomorrow in a regional final with game time set for 7 p.m. Neilsville now up by 6 with 40 seconds left as, again, we wait for Coach Schmidt, who seems to eat his lunch in the locker room after every game,
Coach,
right? What's he doing back there?
Coach likes to take his time, I guess. Usually everyone's out of here, and I'm like, oh, sorry, Coach, to keep you waiting, but, it's got questions we got to do. So, yeah, it's a good time, though, with Coach Schmidt. Although it's really funny, he'll always joke around before the game, and right before interviews even. Once you put him on camera, super serious. I've noticed that. Like, it's really funny. He'll crack a joke like 30 seconds prior, then we do the interview, and then it's like, like his game face is on. So
freezes up when the camera hits, maybe, or decides, I got to do something else.
Yeah,
here.
he gives some really fantastic, in-depth answers, but it's just kind of funny how like there's none of the humor, and he's just spot on to all the business. So it's fun.
Number 3 seed Marathon will move on to a regional final as they are in the process of taking down 2 seed Athens. So Marathon, the 3 seed, 69-59, just 27 seconds left in that game. And that means Marathon, the 3 seed, will play at Edgar tomorrow. Edgar, the 1 seed, as we see Coach Schmidt making his way over here now. So we'll have Matt relieve. We'll relieve Matt of his duties. Yeah. Put on my protection here.
All right.
Go ahead, Matt. As we will have Coach Schmidt take Mr. Dickinson's spot right here, Coach. As we were just kind of catching up on some of the things here, but the first thing.
Did you spray this down good? No, I'm kidding.
Real good, Coach. As Coach is going to take a peek here, he sees the score there for the first time. We'll talk about that in just a second. But for tonight and tonight's game, let's talk about that. The defense really played well for you guys tonight, and offense just made shots. You just made more shots than Colby did all night.
Well, you got to tip your hat off to them. They were on fire too. They shot real well. Hats off to them. It didn't look like we played great defense, but I still thought we did. The way they shot, hand in the face. We didn't give them a lot of paint touches, not too many. A few got in there, but offensively, as I was talking with Gene over here, we've been clicking on offense, and I hope it continues. But the guys overall did a good job we went pretty deep, where we handled their pressure pretty good. They threw every defense at us they could, and I thought we handled it well. I thought we attacked well out of it instead of just being content with breaking it. I thought we moved well in offense. I thought we put together a nice game. Colby played a really good game tonight, and for us to end up on top, we're thankful.
Cam Dahl with 20 points tonight, so you get a good effort from one of your top players. Talk about his progression through the year. I know he had missed some time during the season. Just talk about his progression through the year, including his game tonight.
Well, he's gotten a lot better. I mean, that's obvious. His confidence level is getting higher, and he's a multi-purpose, multi-dimensional player. He can hit the three, he can drive, he can finish, he can rebound. He's got good enough post moves. But he's a good defender. He's got long arm, big hands. he's got those, I guess, those measurables that you really like to see, but he also hates to lose. He's got a big heart, wants to compete. He's a competitor. But hats off to the whole group. Our bench, I thought our bench was big tonight. They gave us some good minutes tonight when we had some foul trouble, and this is why you practice hard as a group all the time. You never know when your name's going to get called up. It's important to know what you're doing, what you're supposed to be doing. And then just understand what the game plan is. And then when you put people in, they perform. They do what they're supposed to do. I was more proud of that tonight than anything. But Cam did play a heck of a game. But I thought our whole group played a heck of a game.
Lastly, Coach, you live to play another day. That's the whole method in the playoffs. You win in advance. Each game gets tougher than the next. We see here you will be at Neilsville tomorrow at 7 o'clock. That was a non-conference game you had scheduled earlier in the year. In this game, Stanley Boyd had closed that gap to within 3 with 2.5 minutes left. So it inspired Oriole group, just not enough to overcome Neilsville. Neilsville, the 1 seed. You'll travel there tomorrow. Thoughts on that game?
Well, it'll be a tough game. We're excited to still be playing, and I'm excited for this group of guys. They want to play. I mean, they're playing they're passionate right now about playing, and you could see it tonight. The way they shot, the way they played. They were able to snuff out some runs by Colby by responding to some of their own, and so it'll be a tough matchup tomorrow, but it'll be fun.
All right, Coach. Well, best of luck. We will be there, game live at 7 o'clock at ZaleskiSports.com. Coach, you win tonight. Congratulations. You win in advance. Good luck tomorrow.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right. Thank you. Again, we thank Coach Kurt Schmidt for stopping by and talking to us post-game here. Again, we'll be back on the air then tomorrow. Pre-game will start at 6:40, and game then begins at 7 o'clock. We'll bring Matt Dickinson in one more time. Matt, we've had a lot of Neilsville basketball on Zaleski Sports this year. Again, they're the 1 seed. They've earned it. That was it's a bit of a rematch. Neilsville was here last year in a regional final, but 2 different teams. Really, you talked about last year's Stratford team, so everything gets reset with Stratford at Neilsville tomorrow. I think the Tigers probably going to have to shoot as well as they shot here tonight.
Yeah, I think the Tigers, just watching this game, kind of like Coach said, I think they're playing the best they've been playing all season long. And I think this is, exactly the way Coach would want it to be going into. I think he's got a lot of confidence going into tomorrow's game. So.
Yep, and Coach talked about it a little bit. Colby played Neilsville twice during the season, so there are some extrapolations that can be made from how this looked to how Colby looked against Neilsville a couple times. So I think Coach will have his guys ready. Again, we'll be ready. We will be live at 6:40 tomorrow in Neilsville. Game starts at 7. Hope everybody gets a chance to watch. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Gavin Zellick, Matt Dickinson, Jason Zaleski. Guys, have a great night, and I hope you enjoyed the game, and hope you enjoy tomorrow.